This is the Milo Sweet Podcast, where you learn to be resourceful, find quick and clever ways to overcome life's challenges. And guess what? Achieve more with less. Use what you have to get where you're trying to go. Learn to do difficult. And for excuses, get rid of them. I mean, all of them. They're dead to me. Let's go. Should you evaluate your relationships while you are assessing your goals? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have quoted this before, and probably every other person out there making a podcast, YouTube video, or selling something probably has too. But basically, you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and that can be great or not great or mean nothing. Meaning, like you don't make any progress because the people around you don't make progress. You don't eat healthy because the people around you don't eat healthy. You don't try anything new because the people around you don't try anything new. Or there's so much pressure to try things new all the time because the people around you are always trying something new, always doing something new, that you can't stay committed or focused long enough to complete a task or follow through or develop something. Or maybe the people around you are pulling you in a different direction than you internally need to go. So it is very, very important for you to evaluate your relationships. An example of this is when you decide, you tie the knot, you're married, you have a kid, your friends, none of your friends are married or have kids. It's different. And if you say that it's not different, well, maybe I don't know. I want to hear from you. But from anything that I've seen, read, researched, it's just different because you have deeper levels to connect, to build relationships, and can't quite connect with your single friends. Now, if they're in long-term relationships and they are in some kind of level of commitment and that is foreseeable, it's easy to connect. It's basically like one person starting a business, another person's in business. But when you're around people maybe that don't see that at all for themselves, and maybe you're working on how to be a better spouse, how to be a better parent, it can be really challenging to have high frequency interactions with someone who's saying, hey, I want to have a one night stand every night. I mean, why can't we have more days in the year? More one nights? I'm just saying. So if that is really what's happening, it's not that you can't be friends with them. That's not what I'm saying. That's your decision. But you have to assess the frequency and the relationships and the nature in which relationships affect your goals. I'm a little bit more, hot and cold, meaning just on and off. I process more information that way, and I process information that way. That's not always a great thing. But usually if I make a decision and I actively decide and I say I'm doing this, then usually I'm 100% all in. So because my focus is laser focus, life just tends to decide where everything else goes. So if it's meaning that if you focus really on your goals and the people that are meant to be around you want to stay around you, want to help, they change, they grow, develop, you kind of encourage them, they start doing different things, then really those are the people that are really still meant to be around you. But if you start accomplishing things that are important to you and it starts causing huge amounts of frictions with your friends, then I think unless it's something that could be easily solved, and sometimes it's not the goal, it's how you say the goal, it's how you treat people. Like if you're looking at being healthy and your friend is saying, hey, it's so awesome you're eating a salad, I'm just going to eat a whole pizza, and then I'm going to get a second pizza, and then I'm going to get a side of fried chicken, and that bothers you, I kind of feel like, it depends. Because you're able to eat your salad, and maybe you say, you know what, I'm going to throw your pizza in the garbage. That's a problem. You're not going to touch my food because you disagree with something I eat. I think so I wanted to set a parameter. The goal is not to be controlling. The goal is to really be intently focused on what your goals are, what you want to accomplish, and to allow life and the decisions that you're making to forward those goals to put the people around you in the right places. So if they are just repelled by that, they hate looking at the salad, they hate that you want to do that, then it's okay to allow that to be the natural reaction and to focus more on your goals and know that that is a change. Sometimes it's okay to just say, I'm going to spend the first 30 days. Sometimes if I focus on a new goal, it doesn't matter who it is, no matter how close someone is. I just kind of get quiet and get to myself and focus on it. Because it takes so much energy to implement new processes and systems that I find it's much easier in solitude. So that I can focus, that I can reflect, I can think. And then as I get good at the goal, I get more discipline, more consistency, I maybe invite people into talking about it. So that is my tip for you. If you are setting goals, evaluate your relationships. Do you have to evaluate all of them? No, there's people that I hang out with that I know would not help my goals, but I don't hang out with them often. And vice versa, maybe they have different goals and I really couldn't even help them. So I think it's really thinking about that. And it's not just about like putting people in your life that you feel like are going to be the best to get something out of. It's more about putting people in your life that want to water and add sunshine to it, and vice versa. You can be the sunshine and water for them and encourage them. And if you're moving in a different direction, and it's based on values and your why is big, then it's going to be hard philosophical to line up with certain things that you really just feel like, I don't really, I don't see that. I don't agree with that. And it's going to pull energy from you. So you have to really be careful, like how much energy you give to things that won't really help you. You can't help anyone else unless you help yourself first, which is very hard. So as you make your goals, think of the people that would be for them. Think of if maybe you just need to get quiet for a bit and to get some habits formed, a couple weeks. It's great to announce your goals. I do think accountability is super helpful. But I also think that sometimes we can just do too much, too quick, too much, too soon. Yeah. Where it's not necessary for everyone to know about everything, because that can put too much pressure on you as well. So when you have a hard day or you fail or you miss the mark, you feel like you have to report that to everyone. Sometimes it's okay to report it to yourself and one other person to say, hey, I messed up here. What do I need to do? And, solitude and quiet is a good thing. So as you make your goals for your new year, think of your relationships and how they would either further those goals, pull on those goals, and, and think about how your goals would interact with them and their goals. I think it's important to think about that too. Sometimes I know my goals are not going to be beneficial for someone. If I'm like putting a lot of pressure on myself and I have a friend that maybe the pressure makes them have anxiety or feel too much stress, I wouldn't, be super like around my goals around them, because it's not like fair, or maybe it makes them have FOMO. I don't think that's not what you're going for. You're going for just the right environment to sow the seed for it to grow. All right, that's all. If you have anything that you want to share with me, or you want to talk about your goals, I would love to hear them. You can go to anchor.fm/the Podcast and send me a voice message. That is all. Homeschool from the heart changed my life, changed my mindset, changed everything about, you hear that? Yeah, it changed that too. See, I'm not even bothered by this interruption. If you want to be able to work and enjoy being home with your kids, this is for you. Go to www.howtohomeschoolfromtheheart.com and get the best life now. Mostly. www.howtohomeschoolfromtheheart.com. Did you know that you could impact my podcast by liking, subscribe, reviewing, and sharing? And also donating? You would totally make my day. Come on, make my dreams come true. All right, that's another episode in the books. Hello? I said it's over. Why are you still listening? Like, seriously, the episode is over. If you're still listening right now, you know what? You're probably a chronic procrastinator. Guess what? I'm still listening too. Come on, for real, seriously. We gotta go do something productive. No, like for real. No, for real. Okay, you can keep listening.